guys, it's Jacob from StringBuzz here, stringbuzzworld.org being the music journalism site, links it in the description down below. And we have a brand new song review for you today, and it's the latest track by Zayn featuring PARTYNEXTDOOR, and that's Still Got Time. So I'm going to refer to the original article as I usually do for these videos, so I hope you enjoy. So even though I think Zayn is a really talented vocalist, I don't think he's quite caught his spot yet on the route he really wants to go down. His music is slightly more stylistic than your average pop tune, but it's still a little unimaginative for me, and I feel that kind of hamstrings his capabilities as an artist. Anyways, we have this brand new track featuring PARTYNEXTDOOR, so shall we see what I thought of it? Well, what a snooze fest, really. Although the track fundamentally is fine and there aren't any glaring faults here, I just thought the song lacked any momentum or enthusiasm behind it. Also, it dragged at a phenomenally slow rate, sounding as if it were looping purposefully towards the end of the track. The track sort of felt around 4 minutes 30 long, when it was only just capping in at just over 3 minutes. PARTYNEXTDOOR adds literally nothing to this song as well, although I am glad he got a fair amount of time to feature on the track and showcase himself. I just felt it was the wrong choice to collaborate with. It's not that he was bad, but he was just too similar to Zayn on this song. There isn't anything memorable here either, sort of outside of your titles and the names featured on this track, so I don't see what would really pull in the casual listener outside of those names. It's one of those by-the-barrel, slow, generic pop beats that are so forgettable that you feel like you're in a void for at least 3 minutes or so. Production-wise, the track isn't that bad, but it does sound very plastic and somewhat thin too. The guitar has no organic tone to it whatsoever, and it might as well have been a synth since that mid-ground had no twang to it, so what's a guitar without a twang? Talking of the mid-ground, it's practically empty throughout the entire track as well. Parts of the stereo field are missing, there is no depth to it, and the texture is really quite limp as well. Despite having a guitar in there, it's really quite vapid and lifeless. The low ground is pretty full though, and I must admit I enjoyed listening to the deep, wholesome sub-bass since it was quite impactful. The vocals are horrendously over-tampered with though, and the auto-tune is just grating for me since it was both unnecessary as well as actually it's subtracted from the track. I think it would have been much better if the track was a little more organic. I actually went on to say here that nothing in this song is in any way organic or natural, and that would have been fine if we had had some interesting tones and timbres in that mid-ground, but as I've mentioned, we really don't. Comes to the musicality of this track, it's just so boring. The guitar progressions are very clearly copy and pasted. The song form is just a couple of repeated verses and repeated choruses without any variation, deviation, or even decoration over those repeated choruses and verses. The vocal performances are subdued and really quite dull, and there is literally nothing in this track that really excites me at all. It sounds like a rejected Drake track, which is interesting since Drake practically released a load of rejected Drake tracks earlier this week. It's been difficult trying to put up with this much bland music this week, and this only adds to that category. The vocal melodies are tired, and again the repeating hook is dull and forgettable. It's lacking in so many areas, and it's actually difficult to sum it all up in one short review. It just feels like the song is half complete and rushed, missing all those potential instrumental melodies and homophonic inputs, meaning that the track is just a really dry listen. Lyrically, the song is supposedly meant to be a diss track of some form, but I don't understand or know too much about all the drama that's behind it, so I can't really comment on its effectiveness or whether it worked as a diss track. But all I know is that the hook's lyrics were a dime a dozen, and the lyrics are so secondary that it took me a couple of listens to the track to even concentrate on the verse's meanings, let alone that limp chorus. It just really had no substance to it whatsoever, so all in all, just a really forgettable and boring track that I can't say I recommend to anyone, so I gave it a G rating of 3 out of 10, which is well below average. So if you like this video, then please leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you around next time. Bye bye.